My parents sold my car without asking to pay for my sister's dream wedding. I said nothing, smiled through the photos, and waited. 6 months later, they called begging for help, and I became their landlord. The keychain sits on my desk while I type this. Rusted silver, engraved with one word, freedom. My brother gave it to me the day I bought my first car. He said freedom wasn't a place. It was knowing you could leave whenever you wanted. I haven't spoken to him in 3 years. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start with the dinner, the one where everything shifted. It's a Tuesday in March. Austin heat hasn't kicked in yet, so the evenings still feel breathable. I pull into my parents' driveway at 6:15. My sister's car is already there. White sedan, spotless, always spotless. Mine is a 2011 Honda Civic. Dented bumper, cracked taillight, but it's mine. Paid off 2 years ago with overtime shifts at the hospital where I work as a radiology tech. I grab the keychain from the ignition. Habit, I always take it with me. Inside, the house smells like rosemary and garlic. Mom's making her roast chicken. My sister Emma sits at the kitchen island, scrolling through her phone. She's 26, 4 years younger than me. Blonde highlights, yoga arms, engagement ring that catches every angle of light. Megan, Mom waves a wooden spoon. Come help me with the potatoes. I wash my hands, peel, dice. Small talk fills the space. Emma's wedding is in August, 5 months away. She talks about centerpieces, floral arches, a live band. We're finalizing the guest list, Emma says. 230 people. Wow, I say, that's a lot. It's intimate, actually. She sips her wine. We cut it down from 350. Dad comes in from the garage, grease on his hands. He owns a small auto repair shop, does well enough, not wealthy but stable. He kisses Mom's cheek, nods at me. Girls, he says, let's sit. I think it's a normal dinner. It isn't. We settle at the table, plates pass. Chicken, roasted vegetables, mashed potatoes. Emma talks about wedding favors, personalized candles. Mom agrees with everything. Dad eats quietly. Then he sets his fork down. Megan, he says, we need to talk about something. My stomach tightens. That tone, the one he used when he told me I couldn't go to my first choice college because it was too expensive. Okay, I say. He glances at Mom. She nods. Emma suddenly finds her water glass fascinating. We're helping Emma with the wedding, Dad says. It's expensive. Venue, catering, flowers, the works. Right, I say, that's generous. It is, Mom says quickly, but we've had to make some adjustments. I wait. We sold your car, Dad says. The room goes silent. Even the air conditioning seems to pause. What? My voice comes out flat. We needed the money, Mom says. The wedding costs $40,000. We've already put in 30, but we're short. You sold my car, I repeat it. Maybe if I say it again, it'll make sense. It's in the family, Dad says. Technically, we co-signed the loan when you bought it. I paid off that loan, my hands shake, 2 years ago. Your name's on the title, Emma says softly, but so is Dad's. I stare at her, she won't meet my eyes. We got $8,000 for it, Dad continues. Fair market value, the dealership handled everything. When, I ask. Last week, Mom says, while you were at work. I think about my driveway this morning. My Civic parked where it always is, except it wasn't my driveway. It was my apartment complex parking lot, and my car. Where is it? I ask. Sold, Dad says. Dealer picked it up yesterday. We have the paperwork. He slides a manila folder across the table. I open it. Bill of sale, transfer of ownership, Dad's signature. Emma's wedding venue contract clipped behind it. Deposit $35,000. Balance due $5,000. Final payment date April 15th. My hands go numb. You used my car to close the gap, I say. It's family, Mom says. Emma's wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime event. So was my car. I close the folder. I worked 60-hour weeks for 2 years to pay it off. And now you're helping your sister, Dad says. That's what families do. Emma finally looks at me. Her eyes are wet. Guilty, but not guilty enough to speak. I stand, chair scrapes tile, I grab my purse. Megan, Mom says, don't leave like this. I don't have a car to leave in, I say. Remember. I walk out. The evening air feels cold now. I call an Uber, wait on the curb. The keychain digs into my palm. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part comes 3 days later. I'm scrolling through Facebook during my lunch break. Emma's posted photos, her and her fiancé at a wine tasting, another one at a bridal boutique. She's tagged mom and dad in every single one, captions full of gratitude. Couldn't do this without the best parents in the world. I scroll past, then I see the comments. Aunt Linda, so beautiful, your parents are angels. Mom's reply, anything for our girls. Our girls, plural. I screenshot it, not sure why. Maybe I need proof that this is real. My coworker Sarah notices, you okay? Yeah, I lie, family stuff. She doesn't push, I appreciate that. That night I look up bus routes to work, 45 minutes each way. I've been driving 12 minutes for 5 years. I do the math, 90 minutes a day, 7.5 hours a week, 30 hours a month just commuting. I apply for a car loan, my credit's good, rate's decent, but the down payment wipes my savings, I'm back to zero again. I buy a used Toyota, nothing fancy, it runs, that's all that matters. I don't tell my parents. April passes, Emma's wedding planning intensifies. Group texts fly, dress fittings, cake tastings, bachelorette weekend in Nashville. I'm invited to all of it. I respond with thumbs up emojis, non-committal. Mom calls, are you coming to the dress fitting? I have a shift, I say. Can't you switch it? No. Pause. Megan, are you still upset about the car? I'm busy, Mom. It's been over a month. I said I'm busy. I hang up, she doesn't call back. May, June, July, the group texts continue. I stop responding. They don't notice, or they pretend not to. I throw myself into work, pick up extra shifts, save aggressively. My new car payment's $400 a month. Insurance, gas, maintenance, I'm breaking even. Barely. My apartment feels smaller, quieter. I cook for one, eat on the couch, watch true crime documentaries, wonder if I'm the villain in someone else's story. And then the phone rings again. It's September, a Thursday. I'm folding laundry when Dad's name lights up my screen. I almost don't answer, but something, curiosity maybe, makes me pick up. Megan, his voice sounds rough, older. We need to talk. About what? I keep folding. T-shirt, jeans, socks. Can you come over? I'm busy. It's important. I set down a pillowcase. How important? He exhales, long and slow. We're losing the house. My hands stop moving. What do you mean, losing it? Foreclosure, he says. We're 3 months behind on the mortgage. I sit on the edge of my bed. How? The wedding, he says quietly. We spent more than we planned, and the shop's been slow. Summer always is, but this year, he trails off. Can you come over? When? Tonight, please. I'd agree, hang up, stare at the wall. They sold my car, through a $40,000 wedding, and now they're losing the house. I laugh, it's not funny, but I laugh anyway. I arrive at 7. Emma's car isn't there, just Dad's truck and Mom's SUV. Inside, the house feels different, smaller. The lights seem dimmer. Mom's at the kitchen table, papers everywhere, bills, notices, red stamps, past due, final notice, foreclosure proceedings initiated. Dad pours coffee, hands me a mug, I don't drink it. Show me, I say. He slides over a document, notice of default, issued by First National Bank, mortgage balance $287,000, payments missed 3, total owed $12,400, includes late fees, escrow shortfall, legal fees. Due date October 1st, 18 days from now. We don't have it, Mom says, her voice cracks. We tried refinancing, they denied us. Home equity lines maxed out. Wait, I look up. You have a HELOC. Dad nods. Took it out 5 years ago. Kitchen remodel. How much? 50,000. We've paid down 30. Balance is 20. I do the math silently. Mortgage 287. HELOC 20, total debt 307, house value in this neighborhood probably 350, maybe 370. What about Emma? I ask. Mom's face hardens. She's newlywed, just bought a condo, she can't help. She can't or she won't. Megan, did you ask her? A silence. You didn't, I almost smile. You sold my car for her wedding, but you won't ask her for help now. She doesn't have it, Dad says. And you think I do. You're working full time, Mom says. No debt, no mortgage, you've always been good with money. Because I had to be, I set the mug down, you made sure of that. I think it's over, it isn't. I leave without promising anything, drive home in silence. The keychain swings from my ignition, freedom, right? That night I pull up my savings account. $18,000, rebuilt slowly over 5 months. It's not enough to save their house, but it's enough to make me think. I don't sleep, instead I research foreclosure timelines. Texas law, redemption periods, judicial versus non-judicial. I read until my eyes burn. By morning, I have a plan. I call a real estate attorney. Her name's Patricia Chen, comes highly recommended. I explain the situation. She listens without interrupting. You want to buy the house? She asks. Maybe, I say, if they can't pay. That's allowed, she says, but you'd need clear title. Any liens or judgments would transfer. How do I check? Title search, I can order one, costs $300. Do it. I'll need the property address. I give it to her. She says she'll have results in 3 business days. I hang up, my heart pounds. I don't know if this is justice or cruelty, maybe both. The title report arrives via email. I open it on my lunch break, sit in my car, read slowly. Property owner, Michael and Susan Lee. Purchased 1998. Original loan, $190,000. Refinanced 2015. Current balance, $287,000. Liens, First National Bank mortgage. Second lien, home equity line of credit, balance $19,800. And then I see it. Third lien, notice of federal tax lien, IRS, amount $32,000, filed August 2024, last month. I read it twice, 3 times. They owe the IRS $32,000. I call Patricia, did you see the tax lien? Yes, she says. That changes things. Total debt on the property is now $339,000. If the house sells at foreclosure for, say, $360,000, there won't be much left after paying off all liens. What if I bought it before foreclosure? You'd need to pay off everything. Mortgage, HELOC, tax lien, all of it. $339,000. Plus closing costs, call it $345,000. I swallow, and if I don't? It goes to auction, your parents lose everything, probably file bankruptcy. I thank her, hang up, sit in my car. The AC hums, someone walks past carrying takeout. Life continues around me like nothing's changed. But everything has. But that signature didn't mean safety. I call Dad that night. I got the title report, I say. Long pause, how did you? You owe the IRS $32,000. Longer pause. We've been on a payment plan, he says, but we fell behind. When? 2 years ago, business taxes. I messed up the quarterly payments, thought I could fix it. You can't, my voice is steady, calm. The lien's filed, it's public record. Megan, please. I'll help, I say, but I have conditions. Of anything. I buy the house, you transfer the deed to me. I pay off everything, mortgage, HELOC, tax lien, all of it. A silence. You want us to give you the house? Mom's voice in the background, she's on speaker. And yes. That's insane, she says, this is our home. It's your debt, I say. I'm offering a solution, you keep living there, pay me rent, market rate, $1,500 a month. We can't afford that, Dad says. Can you afford foreclosure? I wait. Bankruptcy, starting over at 63. No answer. I need an answer by tomorrow, I say. After that, I'm out. I hang up, my hands shake, I pour a glass of water, drink it standing at the sink. I used to think family meant safety. Now, it just means evidence. They call the next morning. Dad's voice is hollow. "We'll do it," he says. "Good, I'll have my attorney draft the paperwork." "Megan," Mom's crying now, "how could you do this to us?" "I'm saving you," I say, "remember." I hang up before she can respond. Patricia works fast. By Monday, we have a purchase agreement. By Wednesday, we're at the title company. The office smells like coffee and paper. Fluorescent lights hum overhead. We sit in a small conference room. Gray walls, fake plant in the corner. The title officer is a woman named Brenda. Mid-50s, efficient. She slides documents across the table. General warranty deed, transfer of ownership, loan payoff authorizations. Dad signs first, his hand shakes. Mom signs next, her jaws tight, she won't look at me. I sign last, my handwriting is steady. Brenda notarizes each page. Stamp, press, date, the sound is final. "Wire transfer confirmed," she says, checking her computer. "All liens released, deed will record tomorrow." "That's it?" Mom asks. "That's it," Brenda says. "Ms. Lee is now the sole owner." Mom stands abruptly, walks out. Dad follows, I stay seated. Brenda hands me a folder. "Congratulations." "Thanks," I say. I don't feel congratulatory. I sit there for a minute after they leave. The room's quiet except for the HVAC. I open the folder. Inside, recorded deed, lien releases, title insurance policy. And a copy of the original purchase agreement from 1998, Dad's signature, Mom's signature, their first house. I close the folder. That night, Emma calls. "You bought Mom and Dad's house?" Her voice is shrill, disbelieving. "And yes. How could you?" "They sold my car," I say. "For your wedding, did you ever say thank you?" "That's different." "How?" "Because," she fumbles, "because they're our parents, they sacrificed for us." "They sacrificed me," I say. "For you, there's a difference." "You're punishing them." "I'm housing them, they have a roof, heat, water, I'm even charging below market rate." "You're supposed to be family." "I am family," I say. "I'm just not free labor anymore." She's silent. "If your siblings stole your inheritance, would you forgive them?" I ask. She hangs up. I set my phone down, pour wine, sit on my balcony. The city lights flicker below. I don't feel victorious, I feel tired. And then I remember the keychain. It's still on my key ring, rusted silver, engraved with freedom. I haven't thought about my brother in months. He left when I was 24, took a job in Seattle, said he needed distance from the family, from the guilt, from being the favorite son who could never quite measure up to Emma, the golden child. He sends a Christmas card every year, nothing else. I think about calling him, telling him what happened, but what would I say? "Hey, remember how our parents always played favorites? Well, I just became their landlord." I don't call. Instead, I sit with the keychain, turn it over in my palm, the engravings almost worn smooth. Years of use, years of freedom. Except it was never really freedom, was it? It was permission. Permission to leave. Permission to need less. Permission to survive on my own because no one else would help. True freedom isn't a car. It's not a house. It's not even money. It's knowing you don't owe anyone your silence. October arrives, first of the month, rent's due. I text Dad, "Rent due today, Venmo or check." He replies 2 hours later, "Check, will drop off tomorrow." He does, leaves it in my mailbox at my apartment. No note, just a check for $1,500, made out to Megan Lee. Memo line, rent. I deposit it, watch my account balance climb. I don't feel guilty, I feel something else, something quieter, like a door closing softly after years of slamming. Weeks pass, then months we don't talk, not really. I send rent reminders. They send checks, it's transactional, clean. Emma stops calling, Mom stops texting. Dad sends one email in November, Thanksgiving at our place. I decline politely, make up a work excuse. Instead, I spend Thanksgiving with Sarah from work. Her family welcomes me, turkey, stuffing, pie. laughter that doesn't feel performative. Big family, Sarah's mom asks. Small, I say, just me really. She pats my hand, doesn't push. That night, driving home, I feel something unfamiliar. Lightness, like I'm not carrying a weight I didn't choose. I think I'm free, I am. December, the house needs repairs. Roof leak, I hire a contractor. Send dad the invoice, he argues. This is your house now, he says on the phone. You should pay for repairs. Read the lease, I say. Tenants responsible for maintenance under 500. This is 3,000, that's on the owner. And that's you. Exactly, I'll deduct it from next month's rent, you're welcome. I hang up, the contractor fixes the roof. I pay him, deduct it from January's rent like I said. Dad doesn't argue again. Spring comes, my lease ends at my apartment. I consider moving, maybe something bigger, maybe a house of my own. But I like where I am, small, manageable mine. I renew the lease. One evening in March, almost a year after that dinner, I'm cleaning out my car. Find the old keychain under the passenger seat. Must have fallen off my key ring months ago. I hold it up to the light, the words barely visible now. Freedom, more ghost than engraving. I think about throwing it away, starting fresh, but instead I take it inside, wash it, dry it carefully. I place it on my bookshelf, next to a framed photo of me and my brother. We're kids in the picture, maybe 7 and 11, smiling at a beach somewhere, before everything got complicated. The keychain sits there, not on my keys, not hidden in a drawer, just there, visible, acknowledged. Because freedom isn't about running. It's about staying when you choose to, leaving when you need to, and knowing the difference. A year later, 2 years after the dinner, I get a letter. It's from Emma, handwritten, 4 pages, her handwriting's messy, rushed. She apologizes, says she didn't understand, says marriage taught her about money, about sacrifice, about how hard it is to build something when you start with nothing. She doesn't ask for forgiveness, just says she's sorry. I read it twice, fold it carefully, put it in a drawer. I don't respond, not yet, maybe not ever, but I keep the letter. Dad calls in October, almost 2 years since I bought the house. Your mother wants to talk, he says. I'm okay. Mom gets on the line, her voice is smaller than I remember. The house feels empty, she says, without you. I don't say anything. I'm sorry, she continues, for the car, for choosing Emma, for not seeing what we were doing to you. Okay, I say. Can we, she pauses, can we try again? I look at the keychain on my shelf, think about what I've built, what I've protected, what I've learned. Maybe, I say, slowly. Slowly is okay, she says. We talk for 10 minutes, surface things, weather, work, her book club. It's awkward, tentative, but it's something. When we hang up, I don't feel angry, I don't feel victorious, I just feel like myself. And that, finally, is enough. It's a Tuesday in November. I pull into a coffee shop parking lot, order a latte, sit outside even though it's chilly. The air smells like roasted beans and coming rain. My phone buzzes, Dad, rent's early this month. I check my account, $1,500 deposited on time, every month for 2 years. I sip my coffee, watch people walk past, couples, families, solo wanderers like me. I think about the keychain, still on my shelf, still engraved with a word that barely exists anymore. But I don't need the engraving to remember. I know what freedom feels like now. It feels like this: cold air, hot coffee, a bank account I built myself, a family I'm rebuilding on my terms. It feels like showing up for a dinner I don't want to attend and knowing I can leave whenever I choose. It feels like signed paperwork in a gray office, a deed with my name on it, and rent checks that arrive on time. Most of all, it feels like silence. Not the lonely kind, the kind where you've said everything that needed saying, and now you're just living. They didn't understand the strength they built by ignoring me, by selling my car, by choosing my sister over and over until I stopped expecting anything. They taught me that love isn't guaranteed, that family can betray you, that sometimes the people who should protect you will sell your freedom for a wedding venue deposit. But they also taught me something they didn't intend. I'm capable, I'm strong, I'm enough. I don't need their approval, their apologies help, but I don't need them. I know who I am now. And that's enough. I finish my coffee, toss the cup, drive home, the keychain's in my apartment, safe on the shelf, but I don't need it in my pocket anymore. I already know how to leave. And I already know how to stay. The difference is everything.